first start watching the club?
1960, first match Rochdale Hornets at Thrum Hall in a Challenge Cup match when there was 18,000 people there.
So when was it you actually moved down to Halifax then and started to get involved within Halifax?
Well, I would think it was about 2000, 2001 when the Supporters Trust was sort of kicking off. And then I think when we got relegated, a couple of guys, about 3 or 4 guys got together and started the Supporters Trust. I didn't start it.
So who was it who actually started the Supporters Trust in the beginning?
It was a guy called Chris Smith, Andrew Hamer, Vaughan, God, I think about 5 people.
And it's multiplied from along from there.
Yes, yeah. I've been the chairman for the last 6 years.
And how did that role come about, becoming the chairman of the trust?
Because the previous chairman had to do other things to do, and decided to move on, and I jumped into the breach, so to speak, and I've been happy to be there ever since.
And what do you think you brought to the role as chairman?
I think we've got a bigger understanding with the club. I think that's most important, that we gel, speak to the club, don't fight the club, etc. And I think we've managed to do that. One of the directors, one of the club directors was a member of the trust, representing the members and the general supporters. Then we have Mike Riley, who's a director of the club, who is now a member of the trust as well.
And in terms of fundraising activity, what kind of fundraisers have you run in the past?
Well, we've had, which have been quite successful. We've done the Halifax Gala, which has been quite good. And we've had what we call head-to-heads, bringing back old players from the 60s and 70s down to the Shea, and we could raise about £700-800 a night. That's been very successful.
And then have you got any new fundraising ideas for the upcoming 2010 season?
We understand that there's a couple of Australian players coming back to Halifax shortly, and we'll be getting in touch with these. And they're from the 80s, from the Wembley game. So we'll be talking to them and getting a night down here in the big cabin.
What are you looking to achieve next season?
Next season, as a trust, I don't think we could be closer with the club. We work very, very closely. I get an occasional smile from Martin Hall. That usually means, have you got any money for a player? Like today. But generally, it's just supporting the club wherever we can and doing whatever we can. I work voluntarily in the club most days. We've got people working in the shop, sell programmes on a match day, all to reduce the cost to the club and make it more successful.
And Malcolm, you're also the man behind the merchandise of Halifax Rugby League Football Club. So how would you say the merchandise elements of the club have improved over the last few seasons?
Let's see. 3 years ago, I can't talk figures, I'll talk percentages. In the first year that I was volunteer as a manager for the shop, we increased the turnover 100% in the first year. We increased it 50% the second year, and we increased it 100% in the third year.
So it's going pretty well then?
It's going pretty good.
How important is the merchandising to Halifax?
Well, I think it's very important with this. Always a good markup on the products that we sell. We've got a good base of fans who spend money. When we went to the grand final, it has been said to me, Malcolm, why do you buy scarves in the middle of summer? Well, it's nothing to do with keeping warm. It's to show your allegiance to the club. And we sold 75 in a day.
What's particularly selling well with supporters?
Oh, it's always the replica shirts. They always go well, and they've come down from £39 to £22. And the fans appreciate what the club's trying to do. It's not trying to shift things, it's trying to get everybody out there in blue and white. That's the strategy, blue and white all around the stadium.
And if I am correct in saying, when the East Stand is finished, the club shop will be in there?
That's right, yeah. There is a place set aside now, with a window in, I believe, for the club shop.
And how will this improve the merchandise side of things?
I want to double the turnover again.
And you think this will work?
I think so, yes.
Moving on to Super League and our application for 2012, do you think the club is well placed for that?
I think, as a supporter and somebody who works in the office every day, I think the buzz about the club, with the players coming in and what we want to achieve this next season, I think it's going to be pretty good. We've already got ticked one box, If we win the Trains Cup, that's 2 boxes we've ticked. Nobody else can get a tick out of that. If we get into the grand final, that'll be 3 ticks for us. So I think there's possibility of going pretty good.
You've also made quite a few signings in the off-season, but which signing has it excited you the most out of the...
Mikali Aizu,
And why would you say that is?
because he's a beast. If you watch him on Super League, we're playing for Hull Kingston Rovers, he's like Saeed Damgard. He doesn't slow down in the tackle, he just runs through people. That's what we need.
And finally, where do you see the club in 5 years' time?
Mid-table Super League.